Hey, welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Before we get into the segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dole would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment, so if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. I do have a job, but any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. And more important, let us help you help us by introducing you to a program. There's a link down below that says Equal Justice for All. You're going to click that video link, and there's some educational tutorial about a phenomenal program in America that is really making equal justice a reality for every citizen. So this program is phenomenal. The proceeds from you participating in the program will go back, 10% will go back into the Bob TV YouTube channel. So anyway, my name is Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How you doing today? A new scathing report came out today on Uncle Joe Biden. That's right. Now, before I get into Joe Biden's story, I love all people, and I try to demonstrate my love toward people. But you got to understand, people got to have their space. I mean, I'm a hugger. I love hugging people. I love kids. I kiss babies on the forehead all the time, it's just the way I am. So, you got some people just like that. They're touchy-feeling type of people. Remember Rodney on Fred Sanford, his white brother-in-law that married his sister?
My brother-in-law! You're the best. You're the best broth in the whole world.
Well, Rodney was always that holding, kissing, brother-in-law, and all that kind of stuff. You got a lot of people in the world like that. And case in point, Joe Biden. Now, a lot of people call Joe Biden Creepy Joe, and for various reasons. Well, former Nevada Democratic Assemblywoman and candidate for lieutenant governor has come forward detailing an unwanted encounter with Vice President Joe Biden when he campaigned for her in 2014. Lucy Flores writes in a New York magazine about her awkward experience with Biden, saying he grabbed her shoulders from behind, sniffed her hair, and then planted a kiss on the back of her head before a campaign event. On Friday, a spokesman for Biden said that the former vice president's staff who were present do not recall what she described. Now I'm going to stop there, because as you see in these pictures, this is something that Joe Biden does all the time. It's just who Joe is. And to some people, that is creepy. To some people, it's a little lighthearted. As long as he didn't grab my butt, try to drop my breast, try to kiss me on my neck, blah, blah. Kiss my forehead, kiss my hair, hold my shoulders. To some people, it's not a problem. To a lot of people, they don't like their space invaded. But let me continue. I'm not suggesting that Biden broke any laws, Flores right. But the transgression that society deems minor or don't even see as transgressions often feel considerable to the person on the receiving end. That imbalance of power and attention is the whole point and the whole problem. The accusation from Flores brings a troubled issue back into the spotlight for Biden right as he is widely expected to launch a 2020 White House bid throughout his political career. The former vice president and Delaware senator has frequently been photographed engaging in close physical contact with women, and you might well add kids and boys and girls and all that too, appearing to touch or even kiss them without their consent at public event. From Obama Defense Secretary Ash Carter's wife, Stephanie, to Iowa Republican Senator Chuck Grassley's wife, Barbara. Many of those instances at the time were dismissed as simple Joe being Joe, giving the friendly persona he gives off. But in the MeToo era, encounters such as the one Flores newly described faces new scrutiny. Flores, a former state legislator, described meeting Joe Biden 5 years ago when he agreed to campaign for her underdog bid for lieutenant governor just before election day. As they are readying for a rally alongside actress Eva Longoria, Flores writes that Biden came up behind her and grabbed her shoulder. I felt him getting closer to me from behind. He leaned forward in and then held my hair. I was mortified. I thought to myself, I didn't wash my hair today, and the Vice President of the United States is smelling it. That's all she worried about. Why is the Vice President of the United States smelling my hair? He proceeds to plant a big, slow kiss on the back of my head. My brain couldn't process what was happening. I was embarrassed. I was shocked. I was confused. There's a Spanish saying, tragame tierra. It means earth swallow me whole. I couldn't move and I couldn't say anything. I wanted nothing more than to get Biden away from me. My name was called and I was never happier to get on stage in front of an audience. Now, Flores wrote that the episode made me feel uneasy, gross, and confused. The Vice President of the United States of America had just touched me in an intimate way reserved for close friends, families, romantic partners. I felt powerless to do anything about it. She writes that his behavior wasn't violent or sexual. It was demeaning and disrespectful, and he wasn't treating me like a peer or the most qualified person for the job at the moment. Flores says that she told her staff but didn't plan on telling others until time passed and pictures started to surface of Vice President Biden getting uncomfortably close to women and young girls, and she could no longer give Biden the benefit of the doubt. But she wrote that dismissing this as simple Biden being like a somewhat creepy uncle shows a lack of empathy for the women and young girls whose space he is invading, and ignores the power imbalance that exists between Biden and the women he chooses to get cozy with. Flores says she remained quiet for years, fearing my experience would be dismissed. But hearing Biden potential candidacy for president discussed without much talk about his troubled past as it relates to women become too much to keep bottled up any longer. During her 2016 Democratic primary campaign for Congress, Flores was endorsed by Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who is again seeking the Democratic nomination for president. Flores writes that she spoke to a male friend who is also a political operative in Biden's orbit, and that he had her question her action and recollection of the event, and remind her about Biden's significant resource, suggesting that her credibility would be attacked if she came forward. Wow. Biden spokesman Bill Russo said in a statement that the former vice president was pleased to support Flores and hold the event for her. Neither then nor in the years since did he or the staff with him at that time have an inkling that Miss Flores had been at any time uncomfortable, nor do they call what she described, Russo said. But Vice President Biden believes that Ms. Flores has every right to share her own recollection and reflection, and that it is a change for the better in our society that she has the opportunity to do so. Russo continued, he respects Ms. Flores as a strong and independent voice in our politics and wish her only the best. Just this week, Biden spoke at the Biden Courage Award, an event for It's On Us, an organization that started under the Obama White House to combat campus sexual assault. Now, we know Joe Biden is Uncle Joe, right? Creepy Joe, or creepy Uncle Joe. And like I say, he's one of those touchy-feeling type of people that people got to challenge him and say, look, Unc, you can't do that. That's fine with your grandkids. That's fine with your daughters, your family, your intimate family, your immediate family. But dude, you can't assume people are like that. So you got to assume they're not, especially in this MeToo movement generation. Now, this is the thing I hate about the MeToo movement. They're trying to legislate whether I can compliment you or not. I mean, women look at men and say they got a nice butt all the time. They got a big blankety blank. I mean, women say that all the time, but they don't get in trouble. But if a man say, you got a nice butt, big breast, they come down on you. What this has to do with Joe Biden, I don't know. It's just that the Me Too thing is taking over men's sexuality and women's sexuality and all things in between. Man can't be a man no more. I can't have locker room talk with my boys because if somebody got an audio, I'm going to be ostracized. That's why I wasn't mad at Trump when he was doing that locker room talk, because deep down inside, everybody, including liberals, know that men talk like that in the locker room, and even some women talk like that. And for you to say you don't, you got to be the pope or somebody. But I also got to tell you can't be a pope going around lying. Joe Biden is a touchy-feeling guy, and we can't dispute that. And, hey, that's you. That's Joe. I mean, but Joe need to be talked to him. And that is the reason why she came there. She's not trying to press charges against him, according to this article. She just wanted to be known you're about to run for the president of the free world. And your chance of winning is good. Because you're in Bernie Sanders right now. You're leading. And you haven't even announced yet. But you need to nip this in the bud. You could be touchy-feeling Joe to the people that are close to you, that know you and accept this part about you. Me, myself, look, when I have my lady with me, I'm touching her. She's touching me. I love smelling her hair. Ain't nothing like having that raspberry or whatever. Nothing like having a lady with good smelling hair and good smelling skin. Women love to rub my beard, especially when it's trimmed up. Right now, I look like Gentle Ben. Look like I've been cutting down timber. But women love to play with my beard. And I like women to touch my beard. I don't, it feels good. I mean, to them, it's attractive, and I don't have no problem, but some guys may not like that, But you touch my beard, I'm not going to say, ooh, you're invading my space. But you can't be like that with everybody. Every guy don't like women touching their beard. Every guy don't like women running in there. So the bottom line is, this is good in a sense. Because somebody need to tell Joe, man, that you can't be doing this, man, to strangers. Even if you know their dads. Even if you work with them. You can't. You have to reserve that for your family member only, and even some family members. They're going to object to you being that way. You can't be going up behind people, grabbing them by the waist, kissing them on the neck or kissing them on the cheek, kissing them on the forehead, or the church hug or the church kiss. But you got to stop this. So she's doing this for a purpose. A lot of people, I was going to get mad and say, here we go again. But no, there's a reason. She told a story. She have a right to tell a story. It's like, look, everybody know Joe. Joe is Joe, but look, my hair was dirty. I didn't like him just coming up on behind me and grabbing me by the shoulder, smelling my hair. That creeps me out. Joe just like that. He grabbed the old lady, he liked kissing her. It's Joe, but Joe have to be told that you can't do that with everybody, and you need to stop. Now, they should have told him that a long time ago. I realized that the love and affection man that I am, I can't be that way to everybody. I set my own boundaries. Even when I can sense there's chemistry or tension between me and a young lady, I set my own boundaries to not go that far, because it may not be time. It may not be time for me to hold your hand. You got to grab my hand sometime, lady. It may not be time. It may not be time for me to be trying to, you know what I mean. Because I have my own time schedule. I'm trying to work on myself. And Joe need to work on himself. So anyway, that's the story about Joe Biden and this sexual harassment so-called charge. I don't think she charged. According to this article, she didn't charge him. She didn't say it was sexual. She didn't say none of that. She just said, I didn't like it. I did not welcome it. It was creepy. That's maybe fine with everybody else, but it's not fine with me because he's invading my space, and I need him to respect me as a peer instead of one of his best friends or one of the family members. Fine with your family members and your friends, but I'm your peer. And I can't go on my job hugging and kissing people on my job. There's people on my job does that and they don't get in trouble. But let Robert do it, he would get in trouble. Well, anyway, but that's the story on that. Joe Biden has been called out for his creepiness, for his touchy-feeling issues. And this is just a wake-up call to tell Joe, hey, man, you need to kind of slow your roll on that, bruh. Keep it for selected people only. Friends, close, very close friends, and family. Nobody else. All right? And likewise for you, if you're that type of person, because I'm a touchy-lovey person too, but I know who I can be that way with, and I know who I can't. you know. And I be meeting people out here in public saying, yo, Rob Bob TV. I mean, I'm like, yo, I can't, yo, girl, you can't be hugging and kissing me up on me like that, man. It's about to be on. You can't be doing that. It's about to be on and popping. I'm single. Don't be kissing me like that. You know, don't kiss, you know, don't be sending me no mixed signals. But anyway, I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll let you later. Peace.